The topic of discussion for this video is Singapore a tax-free country? Or put it other way, what are the tax rates in Singapore both for corporate and personal income? So let's have a look. So when it comes to corporate income tax, that is the income tax paid by the companies on their income, this rate is at 17% of the company profit. And by profit, what I mean is sales minus expenses. So whatever is the revenue of the company, from that the expenses those are incurred for achieving that revenue are deducted, and what remains is called as net profit. 17% of that net profit is the tax that every company is expected to pay. However, there are certain exemptions for new companies as well as for existing companies. So the effective tax rate may actually come down significantly. So here I am just giving you an example without the exemptions taken into consideration. So this sample company has a sales of $250,000 and the total expenses were $212,000 during the accounting year. The net profit therefore is 250,000 minus 212,000, that is 38,000 Singapore dollars, and 17% tax on this amount comes to be around 6,460 Singapore dollars. Moving on to the next slide. So as I mentioned, there are some exemptions for new startups, which is for first 3 years, which I am showing on the left hand side of this presentation. And there are exemptions for existing companies also. So these exemptions actually act as a relief for small companies whereby their tax rate will come down. If your company is very big and the income is very high, let's say $2 million, then you may not get significant benefit from these exemptions. These exemptions are primarily targeted for small companies. So for the new company, for first 3 assessment years, out of first $100,000 income, 75% income is exempted from tax, and out of next $100,000 income, 50% is exempted from tax. As such, the total exemption available for first $200,000 of chargeable income is capped at 125,000 Singapore dollars. That means maximum you can claim $125,000 income exempted from tax. And similarly, for all existing companies which are more than 3 years old also, the exemption available is first $10,000, 75% income is exempted from tax, and next $190,000 income, 50% is exempted from tax. So if you see both these schemes, they are quite similar in nature, except that the first slab and the total amount differs. For the new companies, the total exemption is $125,000, whereas for existing companies, the total exemption is 102,000 Singapore dollars. So here I am showing you one example how the calculation of income tax will happen. So in case of this company A, the total net profit is 260,000 Singapore dollars. So out of first 100,000, 75% profit will be exempted. So that is 75,000. And next 100,000, total $50,000 profit will be exempted. So the taxable income will be 135,000 Singapore dollars, and tax payable on it at 17% is 22,950. Now if you compare this tax amount with the original net profit figure, you will realize the effective tax rate is 9%. So as such, these exemptions will help new and existing companies, especially smaller in size, to reduce their tax bill every year. Coming to the personal income tax, here I present the table which is applicable for assessment year 2020. And it shows slab by slab how the income tax is charged. So when it comes to personal taxation, there are slabs, whereas for corporate tax, the tax rate is at flat percentage. Instead of going through each slab separately, let's see 3 examples. The columns show income at various levels and the taxes and the effective tax rate. So at $100,000 income, The total tax amount is 5650, which means the effective tax rate of 5.65. For $200,000 personal income, the effective tax rate is 10.55%, and for $300,000 annual income, the effective tax rate for a person will be 13.5%. So as you can see, even on personal income tax side, the tax rates in Singapore are quite low compared to many European nations. The next point is about dividend tax. So dividend is something that you declare after the tax has been paid on the company income. So company's income is taxed, and after the tax liability is settled, the amount is free to be distributed to the shareholders. This dividend is not taxed in the hands of recipient, as the income has already been taxed. Singapore follows a single tier tax system whereby tax cannot be levied on same income twice. So just to give the example, in our previous case what we have taken, the net profit was $260,000 on which tax payable was $22,950. So after payment of these taxes, what remains is 237,050 Singapore dollars. If this dividend is declared to the owner of the company, to the shareholders of the company, they will not have to pay any taxes on this dividend. Moving on to the next slide, it is about capital gain tax. So there is no capital gain tax in Singapore. It was abolished long time back. What that means is if you sell any asset, your own asset, for example, you might sell your property and you may make capital gains on that. Or you may be holding shares in some company and you might sell those and you may make significant profit on it. So all that profit is not subject to taxes. This specific point about shares is very important for startups because startups often make huge amount of money by selling their capital at the time of the sale of the company. If your startup is located in some other country in Europe or in America, possibly you will have to pay taxes on these capital gains. However, this is not the case when it comes to Singapore. So in summary, Singapore is not a tax-free country. However, the tax rates in Singapore are quite low compared to other countries, and especially if you compare with Western economies in Europe and America and Canada.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.